Good morning, wonderful people. Welcome to my channel. Today, moon is over Ashwini Nakshatra. It is 7th of August 2023. Moon is over Ashwini Nakshatra. Good time to discuss the heart of Ashwini. What does Ashwini Nakshatra really want us to do, accomplish? What are the challenges of this nakshatra? Doesn't matter which planet or point is situated here, doesn't matter which divisional chart it is. Okay, just to be clear. So the temperament of Ashwini is Devgana. First and foremost, top of the list. What does that mean? The Devgana always strives towards higher ideologies, towards more refined thinking, towards more going beyond the material plane and going to the Deva plane or the Devic plane. Okay? So the strive of the Ashwini Nakshatra is to go towards higher ideologies. It's in Aries. Ashwini is ruled by the Ashwin Kumars. Yes? Oh, by the way, if you're new to my channel, it's best viewed on a tablet like iPad or Samsung or on a desktop, because my style is of presentation style, more like that, the teaching style. Okay? So, temperament is Dev, so it's inclined towards higher knowledge, higher ideologies. The Varna or the propensity, the four Varnas, or the 5 or 6, I forget now, the Kshatriya, the Brahmana, the Shudra, the Mlecha, the servant, all these Varnas that we have, it's nothing to do with the system that has been made out. It has to do more with the nakshatra and the propensity it gives the individual based on what planets and points are situated in it. The Varna, the caste of Ashwini is Vaishya. That means it's more interested in trade, commerce, finance. Vaishya kind of mentality is more of a transactional mentality. Okay, it's interested in give and take. Everything is give and take. If I give this, what will you give me? That's Vaishya. The type is passive. That means it's just like sit there and wait for things to happen to it. This is the challenge, and we shall see this with the life lesson. The passive type nakshatras, what do they tend to do? They tend to wait for things to happen to them and they react. It's a reactionary mode of operation. It's not a proactive, it's more reactive. The active nakshatras are proactive, the passive ones are more reactive in nature. However, the drive is Srishti. They are supposed to be creators. Ashwini is supposed to be the initiator of things, right? The drive is Srishti. Srishti means creation. The Lord is Aries because it is situated in the beginning of Aries. And the Lord Mars, Lord of Aries is Mars, is a Kshatriya planet. A Kshatriya planet will do very well in Ashwini because it's, having its own energy. And Kshatriya, in terms of absolute ideology, if you want to call it that, absolute philosophy, if you want to call it that, absolute archetype, if you want to call it that, words, is just representing power, leadership, and politics. It's nothing to do with actually kings or emperors or government or things like that. It's one who aspires for power, leadership. They may also go into politics, of course, in modern day and age. So, what is the heart of Ashwini? Well, we got to go to the life lesson. What is the life lesson of Ashwini? If you don't know what I'm talking about in terms of life lesson here, you've got to visit my 27 Nakshatra playlist. It's got all the life lessons. I've just put a screenshot of that stuck in there because it's important, because it ties in here to that. Life lesson is of Ashwini using what you have to initiate new beginnings, being willing to ride it out. Using what you have, I'll repeat that, to initiate new beginnings and being willing to ride it out. Very important life lesson for Ashwini people. How does this tie into the type and drive? Let's see that for a minute. Using what you have to initiate new beginnings. Because it is a passive type nakshatra, it just tends to sit back. If you have dominant planets or points in any of your natal chart or divisional charts, more number of planets and points, even though you have talent, you just sit there and waste your time. because it's a passive nakshatra. The drive is to create. You need to create stuff, but you can't keep waiting for stuff to happen to you in order to create. That's the life lesson of Ashwini. That's the heart of Ashwini Nakshatra. Use what you have. Use whatever tools you have, practically speaking. Use whatever you got, resources, money, talent, education, ability, whatever you have. You might not even have a proper education. You might just be a street vendor somewhere. It doesn't matter for Ashwini. It just uses, they have to learn to initiate and use whatever they've got in order to accomplish something. Use what you have to initiate new beginnings. They are initiators of stuff. They may not necessarily finish stuff, but they are good initiators of stuff. They are the leaders. They lead the charge. That's why it's a Kshatriya Nakshatra. It's ruled by Mars. They want to go take the lead, the forefront. Okay? Think of it that way. Now, if you have a brief look at the 10 archetypes, the white box there, these are the angles, right? D10 chart is about dividing the zodiac into 10 parts. So 30 degrees angle for every zodiac is divided to 10 parts, making 3 degrees every angle. The archetypes of D10 chart are 0 to 3 degrees, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, like that. 3 degrees, it goes all the way till 30 degrees. So it gives us 10 divisions. These 10 divisions have 10 archetypes. I'm just recapping here. So these 10 divisions, what will be good for Ashwini? Obviously, 0 to 3 degrees, Indra, the leadership and qualities, power and authority, because it is seeking. The Lord planet, Aries, is seeking leadership, power and quality. Agni is another good one. Strong work ethic, ability to overcome challenges. Mars is a soldier. It loves to overcome challenges. So this is the challenge Ashwini will want to go for. Not so much 6 to 9, not so much 9 to 12. Could be, if there is Rahu in it. Competitive spirit, drive to succeed, ambitious, change makers to traditional way of work. Yes, Rahu will do very well in changes to traditional way of work, provided they are not passive. They don't sit and wait for things to happen to them. Remember this life lesson. The type and drive, it ties with life lesson in the heart of every nakshatra. We shall keep examining this. So not so much of the remaining ones, but if Mars especially is in 0 to 3 degrees, 3 to 6 degrees, or even 9 to 12 degrees in your D10 chart in Ashwini, it'll do very well. Okay? You've got the power of a Kshatriya. So you've got the power to initiate, you've got the power to command whatever it is that profession you are in. Take the leadership role. These are the true leaders. They can become. The challenge of Ashwini, however, is not to sit back and relax and wait for things to happen. Don't be reactive. Be proactive, Ashwini. You are the creators. Your drive is to create. Imagine if the creator just sits back and does nothing. It's highly lame. You are there to create something, initiate stuff without looking at the end result. This is where the human challenge comes in. Because we'll tend to look at, well, what if I do this and I don't get the results? What then? Have I failed? Everybody doesn't get success, or everybody does not have leadership qualities. These are the kind of defeatist thinking that should be avoided by Ashwini. They have the potential, they are the Kshatriyas, but they have this Vaishya category. You see that Varna? The Varna is Vaishya. They're thinking in terms of gains and loss all the time. If I give this, what do I get in return? Kind of challenging. You see how the nakshatra's energies play out in the heart. One thing is not one thing to the exclusion of itself. There are many factors. All those 4 factors have to be weighed in, which is on the top. Temperament, varna, type, drive, and lord. And the angles as well in the D10 chart. You have to weigh in all these things in order to get a complete, sort of a holistic view of every nakshatra. Okay? So thank you for watching. Next one, we will do another one whenever moon is over that nakshatra. I want to do moon over that particular nakshatra on that day. Sort of a giving credit to every nakshatra. Every nakshatra is beautiful. Okay, there's nothing like a bad nakshatra. Please. In Vedic tradition, there's nothing like good or bad. It just is. Just like the sun is, the moon is, the stars are. Okay? Take care. Be safe. Have a good day. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Magha Nakshatra, core of Magha Nakshatra. Let's start from the top. The temperament being Rakshasa, meaning they are all interested in very tamasic things. They need to ground. Magha Nakshatra has come here to ground stuff in the physical reality. That's what Rakshasa means. The Varna is Shudra, meaning the propensity or the Varna is about doing work, physical work in the physical world. Magha Nakshatra is not so much keen on going into higher transcendence of wisdom, of light, of being understanding on a wise level, spiritual level. It's more about doing the actual work because the propensity is Shudra. Always remember this about the propensities of nakshatras. If you're aligned with the propensity of nakshatra, well, it is more useful for you. You can't go against the current. Don't swim against the tide. That's the heart of all these nakshatras that I'm bringing. Okay. The type of this nakshatra, now we're getting into the core, is active. And the drive is srishti, which means it is a creator nakshatra. So highly active and highly creative, you might say. The traditional fifth house, like ruled by Leo, ruled by Sun. So you might say Magha Nakshatra represents the power of Sun as the core, as the beginning of creator energy. Okay, the creator inside us as human beings. But Magha Nakshatra is Lord, is the Sun, it's Leo. So it is Kshatriya, means it is a warrior like. It is about power, politics, leadership. Okay, as I mentioned there. Because of this, we have to first check the bottommost guy over there. Life lesson. What is the life lesson of Magha Nakshatra? It is alignment with righteousness to be and command true power. Be careful about the wording there. Let me go through that again. Alignment with righteousness to be. First, be the righteous person. Then you command a true power, not demand a true power. There's a huge difference for all those who are Mula Nakshatra dominant in their charts. There's a huge drive or misconception that you have to demand power. Power is not a demand, it's a command. And that command for Magha Nakshatra comes about if you are aligned with righteousness. For Magha Nakshatra, the theme seems to be dominantly about alignment with righteousness. Probably this is why ancients in India used to have the Brahmins guiding the king, because the king is about rulership, the king is about Magha, the king is about the sun. Somebody has to rule the kingdom. Fine. That function is needed. Fine. He does all the management of all the stuff, management and leadership. Think in modern context also. So of course you do need leaders, but they have to be aligned with righteousness. As you can see, Magha Nakshatra doesn't have anything about righteousness in the top list. It's a Rakshasa Gana. It is Shudra, it's all about working. It's very highly active, like a Kshatriya is supposed to be, warrior-like. And it's about creation. But there is nothing of Brahmana energy there. There is nothing seeking Venus or Jupiter kind of wisdom there. You see that? So alignment with righteousness to be and to command true power becomes the drive of Magha Nakshatra, right? This is what you got to feel and understand, folks. So being ruled by Lord Sun and being in Kshatriya, being in the sign of Leo, the two planets that do very well in Magha are Sun, of course, and Mars as well because it's a Kshatriya planet. Planets are also got Kshatriya, Shudra, all that is listed there. When we come to the D10 archetypes, okay, in the D10 chart, in your career D10 chart, where will it do well? Obviously, it is the first three angles, right? The first angle is 0 to 3 degrees, the second being 3 to 6 degrees, third being 6 to 9 degrees. The first one is the highest, obviously, because Indra is the king of gods. So leadership qualities, power, authority. Now, if you stick that in Magha, and if you stick planets like Mars and Sun in Magha, in those degrees, in the D10 chart, right? What do you get? You get a powerhouse of one who's driven towards leadership. They have qualities of leadership, especially if Sun is there in the angle in your D10 chart. Another one would be second angle, 3 to 6 degrees. This is the angle which has got a strong work ethic, ability to overcome challenges. Now, of course, a Kshatriya needs that. Determination, inspirational, passionate, and creative. It is a creative nakshatra after all. You can create. Look at the kind of talents and abilities that Magha has. Brings you to leadership and authority. I'm just going quickly through the list over there. Excellent careers that require to take charge and leading others, very Leo like. Government and administration, Sun, Saturn, both are kind of government related stuff. May excel in public service, civil services, or government related careers. Performing arts and entertainment like actors, musicians, philanthropy, and charitable work. The kings in the ancient times used to be highly philanthropical. They understood that the only way they can be righteous, again, alignment with righteousness, is to give away their wealth, not to keep it. Nobody takes wealth to the other side. When anyone dies, they don't take their money or their billions of dollars to the other side, right? This wisdom needs to be understood much in the modern world. Education and teaching. They can also be good teachers. But for teaching, you need the kind of Brahmana planets like Jupiter and Venus in it. Different kinds of teaching. Obviously, Jupiter's style is different, Venus is different. And that would be in the last angles, ability to find deeper purpose and meanings, like the Ishana angle. Okay? Corporate management and business. They may excel in corporate management careers. Again, if you see the trend there, everything is driven towards managing. Everything is driven towards leadership. However, the trick here for this leadership of Magha is they have to align with that righteousness. They can't go around demanding power. They have to be righteous. Therefore, they will command power. Everybody will respect them automatically. Everybody respects a good righteous king automatically. There are stories in every culture about this, right? Different kings who came and went, who used to command power of their people by being righteous. They were being somebody. This is the life lesson of Magha Nakshatra. If you can pull this off, Magha Nakshatra will shine for you. Doesn't matter where you are, what you are doing, right? So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the take on Magha Nakshatra in Leo. Next, we will be dealing with Purva Falguni. Purva and Uttara being similar, but Purva Falguni being the second half of Leo. Leo has got two dominant nakshatras. Magha is the first. It's the beginning of righteousness, you might say, Magha. And it's got the power of ancestors with it. Your ancestors, if they have got some kings and queens in the background, hundreds or thousands of years ago, you will have that Magha playing in your chart. You will know. You will know even as a soul. It might not be direct. So there you have it. Mula Nakshatra, the 19th Nakshatra, begins the journey of Sagittarius. It begins the process of uncovering the truths. Jupiter is about giving wisdom, it's about giving knowledge, right? Let's start at the top. Temperament is Rakshasa, meaning it's all about tamas. It's all about things more than human beings. Manushya is about human beings. Deva is about ideas. So the Gana being Rakshasa, Mula is all about recalibration or bringing something new or uncovering the lies, which is based in things. That's number one. The Varna is butcher class. That means the propensity is of labor. That means Mula Nakshatra people want to work. They want to produce something. Something. The type of this nakshatra is active, meaning it is already having the energy to go forth and do something. In this case, being Mula, bunch of roots tied together, it is going within a subject, within a topic, within something. The drive of this nakshatra is Srishti, which means it is a creator energy. So it is a very active nakshatra and it is a very creator. So active creators. The Lord, because it falls in the sign of Sagittarius, beginning of Sagittarius, is Jupiter. And Jupiter is a Brahmana planet, like I had showed there. Both Jupiter and Venus are Brahmana planets. But you might ask me the question, what is a Brahmana planet doing with a Rakshasa Gana? This is where Vedic astrology becomes really a deep dive, and you might want to study it more carefully. There is no singular classification within Vedic astrology as good and bad, as good and evil. There is no such thing. It's just energies. You have to study Vedic astrology in terms of all kinds of combinations that exist, rather than me going on and on about different things and putting my own mind to it and saying, no, 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 I feel this is good and this is bad. No, then you're not cut out for Vedic astrology, folks. If you want to come to Vedic astrology, you got to see things as they are and accept it, just like sun rises in the east. So, in order to understand, again, recap, in order to understand any nakshatra, heart of any nakshatra, you have to look at the type, you have to look at the drive, and you have to look at the life lesson right at the bottom of the screen. Digging deep to destroy the lies. The symbol being bunch of roots tied together, which is shown in the moon there on the top left corner. To expose the truth. So more than anything else, Mula Nakshatra dominance in a chart, in your natal or divisional chart, indicates a drive to uncover the truth. What is the secret behind this such and such, whatever the such and such topic is? What is the secret behind relationship? Or what is the secret behind this scientific research? Or what is the research capability that I have? I need to find out more truths. The truths can be like conspiracy theories or something serious like scientific investigation, researchers, law, and justice, writing and publishing. Look at the careers that I have listed there. Spiritual and philosophical pursuits. The spiritual and philosophical pursuits require a depth of unearthing, don't you think? Research and analysis. Obviously, you need to uncover the older untruths to bring out newer truths. Mula Nakshatra is very good at this, very good. So is Shatbisha, we shall see that later. Law and justice, legal professions, writing and publishing, more like investigative journalism. Travel and exploration is one on the side because it's a traditional ninth house. I have covered this in the detail. You might want to look up Mula Nakshatra there. Healing and alternative medicine. Medicine is a huge branch of curative aspects which human beings bring to this planet using the plants and herbs. But Mula Nakshatra is better at alternative medicine types, Reiki, acupuncture, so many alternate healing modalities these days. So now the life lesson tied to the type and drive and lord. So the type is active nakshatra and the drive is to create. So they must actively create something. But when is Mula Nakshatra going to be satisfied with this? The satisfaction for Mula Nakshatra, the heart of Mula Nakshatra, is asking you, you need to first dig deep and uncover the lies. Once you start uncovering the lies to expose the truth, then you, and only then you will become a good creator. This is what is meant by active creators. So in this case, the angles at which Mula Nakshatra will be good will be the Ishana, ability to find deeper purpose and meanings in the Deepan chart, the eighth angle, 21 to 24 degrees. Another one would be Brahma angle, intellectual capability, innovative thinking, and originality. So the seventh and eighth angle, I see planets and points doing very well within Mula Nakshatra, especially if there's Venus and Jupiter there because it's a Brahma sign, Sagittarius, right? In the next one, we should be covering the heart of, or the second half of Sagittarius, which happens to be Purvashada. Let's get into that. Meanwhile, take care, be safe. Thanks for watching.